Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Why I Love Flagler County, your local podcast spotlighting local businesses and local residents on what they love about being a part of Flagler County. So, today I'm super excited to have my guests, Randy and Chelsea, with us today. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, they have a lot of great stuff to share with us because Randy is the owner of Rodie's over in the Hammocks. And Chelsea not only helps him out with a lot of things when it comes to catering and other types of the business, but she also does charcuterie boards. So we're going to have a really action-packed episode of talking about a lot of yummy things. This early in the morning is kind of dangerous for me, but it's fine. We'll get through it. So why don't we start off? And Randy, why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey coming here to Flagler County?
Yeah, so I'm a sixth generation Floridian that ended up spending 30 years in Minnesota. And then 18 years ago, I had the opportunity to come back to Florida, which I did. I ended up retiring early from IBM after 28 years, started my own business, did that for about 8 years. And then I decided to buy this little 2-bedroom house in the Hammock and convert it into a little local breakfast lunch place because there really wasn't one in the Hammock. If people are familiar with the Hammock, it's a very interesting place. And so decided to open that up, and I bought this little 2-bedroom house, and we ended up opening it up 5.5 years ago. And it's been an interesting ride, a very fun ride, and interesting ride.
That's awesome. And Chelsea, what is your story coming here to Flagler?
Well, I was tired of the cold. I wanted to move to the beach. I lived in Florida before, but on the other coast. So I just researched different areas, and Palm Coast seemed like a great place for my children and I to move to. So
That's awesome. And how did you
we love
two?
it here.
That's so great to hear. I feel like we all have our own interesting stories of how we discover Palm Coast specifically. A lot of people want to move to Florida, but I don't think anyone really knows what Palm Coast is until they come and see it in person.
That is true.
And how did you two meet? Who connected you guys?
I was a patron. I came in and I became a regular. I felt it was like my home away from home. It does have a very homey atmosphere, and I just generally loved being here and hanging out with this guy. Uh,
Perfect.
so
So then our catering business was expanding, and
yeah,
so we were talking to her about, because she asked me a bit planning background about, kind of taking the lead role in our catering business. And a big part of our catering business, as you mentioned, is charcuterie boards. So she's been working on charcuterie boards and she's got very good at them.
Thank you.
And so the catering business grew, and so we now can rely on Chelsea to kind of head that portion of the business up, as well as she does serve a couple days a week as well, because it's a small staff. So people have to kind of play multiple roles in order to make everything work together with a small staff.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, Chelsea, I have to ask the question then. What is your favorite dish at Rodie's?
oh man, that's tough. Okay, so I'll just go back to when I used to come here all the time. So the first thing I always ate was the crab cakes, whether I got the
Mm.
crab cake sandwich or the Rodie's Benedict, which has a crab cake. And I used to live in Maryland, so I know good crab
Uh,
cakes. And Rodie's definitely has one that's the quality of a Maryland crab cake. So
wow, that has to be a high compliment if you come from Maryland. Like,
yeah, I used to live there, and they have great crab cakes, but definitely Rodie's has just as good.
that's perfect to hear. Randy, what's your favorite dish?
So the way I answer that question, I get asked that a lot. I don't have one.
Okay.
I've created a lot of the dishes, and what I tell people that ask that question, I said, pick 2 or 3 things, and I'll kind of tell you the story behind each one, and then you pick which story you want to eat. We actually cook here. We don't thaw out. We don't open boxes and cans and stuff like that. So we make stuff fresh. We have our own smokers, so we smoke here and make our stuff fresh. So today we've been closed for a week. So today we open back. We open back up on Thursday. So today and tomorrow we're doing our prep, which we do on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and we'll prep all fresh food for the week. And we also use high quality products for those for all those items. So I say look at the menu, which people tell me is quite interesting, and I find it interesting, and then pick out what things kind of speak to you, and then go with that.
Wow. I think that's a great answer. When I used to work at a restaurant, people would ask me that too. And I was always like, you have to tell me the same thing. Like, what do you normally like? Do you like chicken? Do you like beef? Do you like spicy? Do you not? Because my favorite dish was like an extra, extra spicy chicken dish. And most people who asked me that question did not want to eat spice. So I'm like, I can't answer your question in the way you want because I don't think you actually want to know what I like. So I understand. I understand. I'd love to hear a little bit about the charcuterie side of the catering, Chelsea. What's your favorite part about pairing everything together? Because there's an art behind it, isn't there?
It is. I have a general theme usually to, to make, but I really just design it as I'm doing it. Like it just comes to me, and I start from the center and I just build out. And I love.
And a lot of the stuff are theme based, like
Yeah.
50th anniversary,
Uh,
60th birthday, New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving. And so you always, Chelsea adds a flair of whatever that is. We just did a wedding reception, and so she had flowers and stuff on there. So she incorporates whatever the theme is for that particular group in the charcuterie boards with the flowers. And I mean, the flowers are made of meat, but cheeses, but things
Well,
along.
I put some fresh flowers on there too.
And fresh
Notice
flowers.
I put fresh flowers and make sure that they're not edible, and that's known. But yeah, there's always usually a theme. I don't know. I just go with it, and I love that.
that,
Um, I love
yeah.
to create, and it is a form of art, and I really enjoy that. And apparently, so do the customers. They like it as well.
Positive
So
feedback.
definitely getting positive feedback on that.
So
Oh,
then
that's great. Hmm.
charcuterie becomes a portion of what our catering is. And
Gotcha.
it's become kind of a cornerstone of it because people like that and they use it as a cornerstone, and then they surround it with other things that we have, and we have a full commercial kitchen so we can create new things if they have something, if they want a particular type of dish or whatever, like the smoked chicken salad or quiches that are handmade, fresh. We make them fresh pretty much daily. The sloppy joe, which we make fresh with real peppers. We don't use powders and stuff like that. And so people then gravitate, and then we basically create a spread for them that they then serve to their guests, or we come over. Chelsea, a lot of times, be the one who will go over and set it up for them and serve it, and then they have their event, whatever that event is.
Oh, wow. So I would love to know, so if someone's interested in possibly looking into catering for maybe whatever it may be, can you share a little bit about number one, like what type of events do you do? And then what should someone know before they come approach you for catering, if that makes sense? Like how big their party should be, what should they know about their party, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely. I mean, we do all types of events from weddings to birthday parties, funeral receptions, business events. And like Randy, we do some things that are on the menu and then some that are just like catering, so hors d'oeuvres. And we like to get creative and have a wide variety in different types.
And we do some here at the local time. We just got asked to do one for a wedding reception, and they're going to have it here at Rodie's place after our hours on a Saturday. So we close on Saturday and Sunday. We close at 4 o'clock,
Mm.
and so they will set up and they'll have their wedding reception here. But we do it at homes. We do it at locations. We do it here. It kind of depends on what they want to do. Some people come and they're having just get together or friends get together. A lot of times they'll come pick it up. We'll load up their car, they'll take it, and they'll get themselves set up. Sometimes we deliver it to them and help them get it set up, and then we leave and they, have their event.
And there are times that we will set up and then serve. I mean, we
Right.
did a wedding here that was on the 21st that we set up, we served it. We even had our chef who had an omelet station and we had a waffle station. So,
I did the waffle station.
oh, good job. I actually wasn't able to attend that event, but yes, I could imagine you at the waffle station. Did you
Yeah.
have the hat?
No.
No? Oh, bummer.
Next time.
So,
Next time
yeah,
we get 'em.
wide variety of events,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and that was a breakfast wedding, so that was a different kind of reception, which is it's really cool. It's different.
Yeah. I also, it's really funny. I went to a wedding reception, a little different. I went to it in India, and I don't know if this will be as funny for you guys, but we had breakfast food as well, at the wedding reception, Indian breakfast food. So it's a little bit funnier if you understand, but we're North Indian. We were in the North, but they all had South Indian food. So that's like, for example, that's like if you went to Maryland perhaps for a wedding reception and they all had maybe country fried steak or something. A little bit different than our cuisine, but if you like it, that's what fits. That's your way to do it for, right?
And we're here to provide that for whatever they want. Most things we can facilitate. So we definitely like to get creative.
And so to answer the other part of your question was what information should a person have when they
Hmm.
approach us?
Yes.
We have some stuff online, but the way we do them and the way they kind of evolve is each one is custom. So it's what are you trying to do? What do you want to do? And so we talk about what they're trying to create. So it really comes from the creation, the event part concept, the creation concept, and then we try and put the pieces together. Them having an idea of location, date, of course, how many people, and kind of what experience are they trying. We're big into experience here. If anybody
Mm.
comes to Rodie's place, you'll get a sense of the experience that we try to create for our guests that come into Rodie's place. So the experience that they're trying to create, and then we try and wrap that all together. And, and then it's a price, it basically gets down to a price. And we can work within all sorts of budgets. But having those data points in your head or on a piece of paper is helpful.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on today and sharing a little bit about, I mean, everything. I feel like we dabbled a little bit in the catering and the charcuterie, which is part of the catering, but also Rodie's and your story. So I really appreciate you guys coming on, spending a few minutes with me. And I mean, it's a beautiful place. I've been there once, and you guys had just amazing food and service. It was an event as well, and it was a crazy event, but you guys managed it so well. So hats off to you guys. I'll make sure I have all of Rodie's information, the address, etc. in the description. People can click, copy and paste, go whatever makes it easier for them. So, Chelsea and Randy, thank you guys so much for the time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for having us. I
Of
appreciate it.
course. And to everyone watching, I really appreciate you as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.